Hello everybody, my name is Jeremy and welcome to GAME3001 Lab 4. My student number is 101367286. Let's begin. So, here I have the part 1 and 2 of the document. This is what I'll be using to go over my code. I'm just going to drag it to the other side of the screen. And on here I got GitHub, and I have my lab 4 right here. All the commits have been done to it, and I go into settings and collaborators. Here we have Alex and Tom. Let's go into the code. So the first thing was the tile class is created without flaw. As you can see here, we have the tile header as all the constructor, the destructor, the getters and setters, and the private variables, as well as the CPP, which has all this code here. This is to define, create a rectangle that that is green, that covers the start, and here's one that's red that covers the goal. We have all these functions here. Again, neighbor tile, get tile cost, set tile cost, and here we have the enums, which if one of the statuses are something, then it will set the status label. And here we have what the labels are going to be on the tiles themselves. The next thing is we have the new starship and target objects that snap to the screen. So I'll go to play screen. As you can see, we have the sliders as integers, and they go by tiles instead of just random floats or integers. And as well as go to where we define it. Over here we have target and spaceship, and they get set by tiles on the screen. The grid functionality is added to play scene without flaw. So when I open up debug mode, so I'll launch the thing right now. When I open up debug mode, we'll toggle grid, and as you can see, the whole grid is here, and it is displayed without flaw. I'm going to keep that running because we'll go back to it in a sec. Because we have I'm GUI controls for starship and target grid visibly are implemented without flaw. So we'll hop right back into this. And here we have the ship, so we'll drag it along. It brings the start position, which follows it, and we'll move it around like that. And this also moves around its the end position, because the target is the end position. And it always snaps to each tile. So we'll just put that down for a sec, because we'll need it in a sec. Ship and goal statuses show in debug mode without flaw, which I just showed, the red and green. The compute tile costs function is implemented without flaw, so I'll just quickly scroll over to that. It's down here. Here is where it calculates it. So this is where it gets the neighbor tiles and stuff like that. Actually calculates it here. So it just, here's the Manhattan and Euclidean distance, and yeah, so it will display the tile costs depending on distance, which is defined in either one of these, in the case that it is either one of them, which you can set with I'm GUI, which is the last thing on this thing, but on the rubric. But we'll go to I'll show that off now, and then I'll go to the next one. So here is, this is Manhattan distance. It's set by default, and we can switch it to Euclidean. And as you can see here, Euclidean is kind of like a circle, as well, and Manhattan is kind of like a diamond instead. We won't need that anymore. The build grid function creates references to the neighbors without flaw, so we'll scroll over to that, which is here, and it's all here. So here we get the position, we set the grid position, a child, and yeah, this just adds the tiles to the grid, and it works perfectly. So yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you.